Background action! And action!
I've always really enjoyed the more fact-based movies that we've done. So the Lance Armstrong character and the whole idea of cheating in sports was something that I thought, yeah, this is a really interesting arena.
I have never tested positive for performance-enhancing drugs.
He's the most complicated man in the world. I don't know if you call him a criminal or what, but he's a very, very clever fellow.
He's a warrior, and warriors need wars, and his war happened to be on a bicycle.
The Tour de France has become the Tour de Lance.
It was such a good news story. It really urged you to believe in it.
When in fact, it's a con.
Extraordinary allegations must be met with extraordinary proof.
The story of this movie is about two characters.
It's Lance Armstrong's kind of rise and fall and his pursuit from Times journalist David Walsh.
We can't censor this. It's too important.
Walsh became suspicious of Lance Armstrong and what he was up to, but the sport itself and the various people who ran the sport weren't really interested in anybody exposing the fact that there was cheating going on.
He's recovered from cancer and turned into bloody Superman. Why are you so obsessed with this? Why are you not obsessed with this?
Walsh tried to find the truth and tell it to the world in the face of everybody admonishing it.
Nobody's going to say anything. Nobody wants to ruin the party.
The whole thing in the end turns on the fact that he took drugs in order to ride in the mountains, which is how he became a winner. He went from being a one-day racer to a mountain racer in a sort of Frankensteinian way.
Now it's time to go.
You look up the Alpe d'Huez, it's an impossible feat.
I definitely was one of those who felt, it's a joke now. They're asking us to believe this, it's a joke.
Now, as Lance became more successful, and particularly in the Tour de France, there was a collusion between everybody who had anything to do with the cycling world.
What if he keeps on winning? Well, obviously, we'd be delighted.
Lots of the doping programs were team-controlled, race organizers who knew things. It was just one big conspiracy.
He is single-handedly transforming your little Eurosport into a globally significant brand.
They knew exactly what they wanted, how they wanted it. He lied to a lot of people. The biggest problem is he lied to himself.
Is there any truth to that statement?
Absolutely not.
It's a very, very complicated story, but then it involves all these people and all these things, and still you find out things every day.
This isn't just a Lance Armstrong story, it's the story of Ferrari, the story of the people around Lance, the story of the people who stood up to Lance and tried to get the truth out there.
Armstrong got to everybody. He forced riders out, he forced doctors out, and he forced journalists out.
I won the race. I am owed that money.
There's an element of a thriller about it. It's being made as a sort of heist movie.
It's going to raise debate, and this film is going to ask a lot of questions.
Lance and his story has become a signpost, cast in stone. This way we must never go again.